Okay.
Party so electoral commission o go doga o briefing woga. Every party the agent koga akoko ye. Electoral commission staff la fuma, national security personnel o la fuma. After you develop a plate ya go hako I would do. Me shama pon a plate for development.
Okay.
Kaka. I never no print him ha break malolo. Yeah, non stop working.
Okay.
That I take now about Jimu the kind. As we speak right now, the paroles over ballot papers will printing government.
Okay.
The party so kata on a fuma day and night. Donano jin kaka. No go print no more but so le go print ko. No go print e vokola. Ke ala ba template ya ko would do ya. Ala ba like or destroy.
Okay.
Plus subana amabu wore kama ati atudi ako template my red door ko give.
Okay.
O told me sha manyana ba template you ko do ilenye o told you.
E come wa print ne nkekere kale 16 regions so petelo ome we onyenu wo we de kala bebe tepedo jo to gome ho a do fia be no wa out of ko destroy template a
all about destroy template
nenu make
all about destroy template and make akwedade okwa regions o ololo ta amaro o zegoma amaro owumu agoma say na dey adungo na ka timely akoda do eko yang shanko timely by some date ekola elebe owun shan unless na never jo oyabo ga yire ejin kakabubua o yiji ta matric obana ame ukata le interested the election amakoa ukato fashile the printing of the ballot paper
okay
no over o baggage ga mashama you know ga udaga bag ganga roll miashi udaga ma hey ukata you get a voter region for example parties ukata unyaw magbule dongwe ballot papers booklets over serial numbers kata alanya nyana every party
okay
ta you loko the adakamala again me too voter region ko porenwe o loko the adakamala again you ko gbona voter region la party su kata oli e you do bagama vo normal oji e gbona le ho serial numbers for large extremes with the AG electoral commission akọ ifa seal clad by o ngwe la ma shama su electoral commission ko to ko like a lucky every party akala afima ko ma shama ko to ko like o the guy no the guy for be ke gbo ko ga to print you ko na the police ubo me no na me o mi agbo never do me agbo ke the police ubo ke regional executives of the party over all over information we kata the ashi
all right
ta ne me dema ne me dagba okpo bag number 1 day bag number 1 day ballot paper bo susu kele ama
okay
sils we kata legide electoral commission to party we kata for sils day ali pepe ne ma no kpo le ne ma ko ke me fo kata dar povito ogbo ke me nkaka lalam
okay
na koda ido me for officers you le constituencies so all the district officers global returning officers so of yabaga nova one no bona oko police or ashi plus 2 plus cover huafia can over huafia who plus district constituency executives so ha who la all the documents so ashi regional executives so ga baga nyaka ballot paper mo every constituency Uhana officer never do plo Victor ko na yi na ko checklist a uhana nyanwi elema party to ho nyanwi elema police ho nyanwi elema ukpo ba dane na ma pepe na nya bag ma o ma wi ato yo le bo yire adakura bag ma wi ato pepe no ma plan shang le jina na ma yo ko ga akwara adakura.
All right.
Yo drug dakura ha e ga be le po Victor bo.
Okay. Hanyo mi anya nkeke nenne uno na Victor Ogbo kple novio hafi nkeke December 7 vaduna mi akọ dako nkeke gake male kple susu be nyicho tafla che ameyo odi be yo wa yo abia babia wa mata wa ho de ele mi wadodo wetai eyi ya tafla che medde abale ko le benede na mi ka mi akwa consider fi nyicho ya woda gbe medde kuku gande me dira mi afa babia odo tafla che amesi ame ko egbeto agbele nu le nu a na ko kemi nyicho ya woda gbe ganyi ya ja gba mi je gome ganyi tututu eye mi azan keke minute bla enye pete eye mi a David dara ina mi be mi akọ abia mi afa babia tababia de se anaika vale gba hena ndodo a matan we onyicho a mi agbojira gboga zoji ake ta don kwejina ma de be ya woda gbe wa na wado to Global FM ganyi tututu akoda do ofia le nu medede va vande wom na nenem mema ha ne wa akpogo mele me mi fofu mi afa babia o ebe nyicho a mi aten akwedara peto Eric Jakpasugbo atafla che mere kumi ase gbatore fi dodo de kave de water nicho ya wodagbe ne ma won Yesu Kristo meva mi ava aga atu de eyaji pele susu be mi afenya sala akodalawa na wasa akodado ofia bla le ike dodo awo no na mi ato so menwe tami da pe na feto Eric Jakpasu de egbe fe yi kule nu medede kule nu fafia ota all right ya fenya sala mi a ajrado eye mi aho mi ape ejedodo the next one play the National Women's Organizer na NDC Dunyagbolo ha.
It's the Global Morning Show. Global Morning Show.
You can engage in all the propaganda you want, but if the fundamentals are weak, the exchange rate will expose you.
Betaga ogbagba alo exchange rate ari menye Dr. Baumia ntokwa kle MPP abonwe a woda ha fiawa le pakpa ve kle wi ade hanu wu a Ghana cedi na peko o so na apply dollar ka e mai gagba we are just so gonna rashi afia ko dollar ka amafia be Ghana ga ho mai ozan so ple dollar ka le 2016 fanu a egba 11 so ga ma ko tefa na so rashi afia o shinaka dollar ka ale Ghana cedi agbozo hedi gbon le gbeta ga ogweta azodo ha gero pe azodo ga ova kute eye na be do fa odo meto gero elu agbago ha menye wo we globe egajie mi bobo no nyiro le Ghana hafia
etusikaso omenye ohia mai enam amamua enkoyeti akomde
egba ale nu fa se kokko fiefo domre jigbesi agbe na be gbogbo ti fe chi Ghana to fo ale amegbeto na wo hafia fa se na de chi dozu amegbesi agbe a vazo taye gan ha ha fanya fupepa va glo elebe totro na va mi dako aso he totro ve mi dako na John Mahama pakle NDC
Dijonya gade gbonana Ghana nyonwo elabe dukwa tutudo gbokpola John Dramani Mahama pakple Professor Jane Nana Opoku-Agyemang wavado Women's Development Bank de nyonwo pe ngoyinya gbokpokpon eya enye jigbanto o gadrado pe doge wanye nyonwo tokon ye nyonwa o nto nanye gadrado pe ape dojikpola o Women's Development Bank anoga dom na nyonwa jodola o de o pe do na o tutudo ne gadrado pe do Ghana nyonwa gapoga alo interest ikoge ole woshia deko wano swe ye gawu ha wanamo wanofa MVVV be ma gakpeke o dawola o asime nyonu o ple nyonu yo desuku koko dovo hedibe ye wa kotare business wowo ma wa do alo katan nene ma kenye asichala o motola o nururu wola o ablodinu drala o nyonu yo kotare agblede do na o me nyonu yevu do wola o ple do na de shia de nyonu onya de to me yakwa Women's Development Bank pe alodo ame ado de shia de gbo de kema chianyu ne John Mahama ple Nana Jane wo hojia yakwa Ghana nyonu ope alo aijigodo mi dako mi acho heto trove mi dako na John Mahama ple NDC
Ghana, I was 20 unity.
It's the Global Morning Show. Global Morning Show.
Is the time. Thanks so much for staying on. It's still the Global Morning Show streaming live on Facebook, Global 105.1, and on radio 105.1 megahertz. All right, so now we're going to have our interview. Like I have announced to you, we'll be having the that's the National Women's Organizer of the NDC, in person of Dr. Hannah Louisa Bisil Kote. She is in the studio with us this morning, and we understand she is embarking on a tour. That's a regional campaign tour. We want to basically, know more about what will be happening, what to be expected here in the region. As far as her tour is concerned, is she going to focus on the women alone, and what is next for the NDC here in the region? Good morning, Doc. Thank you so much for joining us here in the studios of Global FM.
Good morning.
Hope you are doing well.
Yes, by the grace of God.
Okay. All right. So she is the second-time National Women's Organizer of the NDC. She's also the former Deputy Minister for Works and Housing, former Deputy Minister for Agriculture, and former Member of Parliament for Tano South, and again a Cuban-trained veterinary doctor. She's a big woman. All right, so this morning we want to know more, like I said, about the regional campaign tour. What has informed this tour? The former president was here. The national chairman was also here. Now we have the National Women's Organizer.
Well, good morning to your viewers and your listeners. I'm accompanied in the studio by my commander of Force Central, my women's organizer for Central, so I'm not alone.
Yeah.
Good morning.
Good morning.
I think we are in electioneering period, and this time round, because of the animal we are facing, we are not ready to sit to allow any space or leave any stone unturned. And so the president has his campaign team, the running mate has his campaign team, and national chairman that has his own, and does have his own. I do have my own. The youth organizer also has his own campaign team. So we are all over moving, making sure that as one comes and leaves, another one comes in to make sure if there's anything to be corrected, we correct behind. So our focus is not, my focus will mainly be on women, but it's not only on women. Okay. It's everything that has to do with the elections to make sure that we are in the right standing before December 7th. And so as I enter the constituency, we work closely with the parliamentary candidates, because at this point, they are the custodians of our election at the various constituencies. And so that's basically, that's why after I leave, maybe another officer may also come.
Okay.
We're running around, to make sure that corrections are made.
Okay, so what is this going to bring to the people of the region? What's going to be the focus, your focus visiting? You said it's everything in the election, not only women, but what is going to be the main focus, the messages that will be getting to the local?
No, the messages that we've been turning around is what we have for the Ghanaian, and also, and especially in my case, I talk a lot about the women, but I also talk a lot about the youth also, and what is in need for the people is to make sure that we have a positive change, where things will be improved. As when we come into office,
Okay.
and we may have some stabilized economy, and also empower women, empower the youth, and in so doing be empowering families, and as a nation will be empowered. So basically that is what, and maybe you may have some questions coming up as to people asking, oh, we will vote, but we don't know if the votes that we give to you will be protected. And
Yeah.
so we've been promising them that this time around, and I put it this way: I'm a woman, and there's no way I'll be pregnant. I carry a child for 9 months, and I go to the hospital to deliver with my husband present and maybe other family members present, and I'll deliver and I'll allow the midwife or the doctor to steal my baby and give to another person. I'll fight with every strength that I have. And so that is how we, the women in the NDC, we see election 2024.
Okay.
Yeah, we see it as being pregnant with all that we want in this country that we don't have it now. We've been pregnant with economic empowerment. We are pregnant with our development. We are pregnant with the development of our households. We are pregnant with the development of Ghana. We are pregnant with our victory. And so as we move into the labor ward, which is the polling centers, and we vote, trust me, we promise the people that every ballot shall be protected. What belongs to the NDC will not be taken for any other person. That is a sure promise that we make to the people.
All right. So how many days are we talking about here? Your visit, your stay in the region, and which of the parts of the region will you be visiting? Parts of the region to be visited.
I'm almost done. I'll be done today.
Okay.
I'll go and probably come back again. Yeah, I got to Ho yesterday.
All right.
So I've already been in the region. From here, I'll be heading to Kitchener.
Okay, so second time women's organizer. We have women listening. Women makes the majority. Everywhere you go, you find women dominating a lot of places. And when they talk about poverty, still women are most affected, the vulnerable in so many ways. Your word of assurance to women listening to you, how differently your tenure this time around, NDC coming to office, going to affect their lives positively?
Okay, so I coming back to office. The first assurance is a running mate. For President Mahama to make a decision against all odds. When I say against all odds, one know when Professor Nana was first appointed or nominated as a running mate, all the attacks that came on her from the MPP, and President Mahama came back with a woman. And I usually say that you have all funny, and I use funny because to me, if you're a woman and you claim to have a political party, you don't misbehave anyhow. Okay? And so you can have the Okwadonkos claiming to have political parties and misbehaving anyhow she wants to misbehave. And sometimes I look at her and say, okay, just consider her age and take her as a comic relief. So whatever she does, just allow her. But we have other smaller political parties where you may have a woman as a presidential candidate or running mate. But we know, just as you go to the United States, you know whether you like it or yes, it's either a Democrat or Republican. And so when the Democrats decided to bring Kamala Harris as a running mate, she became the first vice president. And she's at the verge of becoming the first female president of the United States.
Yeah.
You can go to the UK, whether you like it or yes, it's Labour and Conservatives. And so you come to Ghana, whether you like it or yes, it's NDC and MPP. So any major political party that makes that determination to bring a woman as a running mate should assure every woman that this is a political party that takes care of women, that respects women. We have the history, have the records, you can talk about the first Speaker of Parliament woman, NDC, first chairman of NCCE, Charlotte Osei, NDC appointed her. We appointed her also as the first chairperson of the EC, the first chairman of Council of State, Honorable Cecilia Johnson, NDC, first minister for Justice and Attorney General Mabeti Moidrisu, NDC. We've had quite a number of women at various places where either to political parties were not putting them there. And so for us, that is the first assurance. Now, the second assurance is that there have been calculated effort to put certain policies in place to make sure that women are relieved. I always say that when you go to the market and you know me to be selling tomatoes all the time, you'll not be surprised whether you see big or small tomatoes, okay? So because you're used to seeing me that way. But now, when you come and you see that I've added garden eggs, onions, beans, they know I'm cooking something different, okay? And so when you mention President John Dramani Mahama, he's known for his infrastructure development. They call him the nation builder, not for joke. He did a lot. Okay, he did a lot. So if you tell me, oh, when President Mahama comes, you'll be going back to the road infrastructure, building of schools, building of hospitals, universities, expansion of our water system, expansion of electricity, all these things, they are the normal things that he would do. Now, what has he done? Or what is he going to do differently? Now, he says that, look, Dr. Agri said when you empower a woman, when you educate a man, you educate an individual. When you educate a woman, you educate a nation. If that is the case, if that is true, then the other way around is also true. When we started, you said women poverty, you know, so women are in the high numbers. Of course, you're also more than the men, so it's also something that must be told. Now, it means that when one woman is poor, the nation is poor. Okay, so when women face poverty, families are poor and the nation is poor. When a woman suffers, families suffer, and then the nation also suffers. So what is it going to do? It's going to empower the nation economically by empowering women economically. You see, these days when you go around the market, you hear some of the women say, that you know, they owe so much that they've been swallowed by the debt that they owe. So market women cannot afford anymore. They keep buying on credit. The purchasing power of the Ghanaian has gone down. Aside that, the women, we cannot even access loans because of collateral. When you're going to access a loan and they ask you bring your land document, the land documents may be in the husband's name or maybe the family name or the child's name, so she can't present any documents. Bring a car document. A lot of women, we drive cars that were bought for us by our husbands, and by the time we go and check, the document has his name, you know, and so I can't present you any vehicle document. The house that we live in, the name is in my husband's name or some uncle's name. So it means it cripples women, our ability to actually take loans. So what we do is that we try to do the small susu, so the savings and loans. Now this government also came and collapsed close to 500 savings and loans in this country, and so it also limited us. And now people will come and say, I'm giving you this, and I'll give you, let's say, 2,000. But before I even give you the 2,000, I'm taking 200. So you are starting with 1,800 as a loan. The 1,800 that you are starting as a loan, there'll be an astronomical interest placed on it, which means that basically that poor woman is going to work for whoever gave her the loan. So this is what President Mahama and the NDC will be doing. He's going to establish a Women Development Bank. So once they say Women Development Bank, the name speaks for itself. That he's going to establish this bank across the length and breadth of these countries, with branches at various major markets. Where, when he comes to office, he's going to put a seed money of $20 million. Okay, and then 4 months, he licenses this bank. When the bank is licensed, then women can now, as the branches are open, women can now access loans where you'll not be required to present any collateral. And loans that, let's say, if you take 5,000 or 2,000, those below 10,000 cedis, they will pay no interest. Now, those who will be taken above that, there will be some minimal interest, so that we still will be having liquid money, you know, to be given to the lot, because the vast majority of us will be taking, 2,000, 5,000. Because the market woman, if you gave her 5,000 cedis, she can turn it around and she'll go back and pay to the bank this 5,000, nothing more, nothing less. And so that bank is to empower us, expand our businesses, and it's not limited only to probably a woman with a store. The woman who hawks, who carries things on her head and move from one community to the other trying to sell her stuff, she can also access it. The woman farmer can access it. The woman who sells food or any item by the roadside can also access it. The market woman can access it. The woman with a small, medium, and big store can also access the loan. So this is something that is going to liberate us. Right now, you see, we're in elections, and I keep saying the NPP has sent Ghanaians into Christmas chicken. Okay? And so when the woman suffers 4 years, they don't care. When it's time for elections, that is when they remember that there's a Ghanaian woman. So let's go and give them 2 million or 200 cedis as loan. They'll be writing their name, taking their numbers for loans. So our dignity as women now is thrown to the dogs. And so for him to come and say, like, from day one, I want to empower you. I want you to know that you do not need a John Dramani Mahama to come and tell you that because of selection, I'm going to give you a loan, which he doesn't do that. But you don't need any other political party to come and do that. He, John Dramani Mahama, his government, is going to empower us from day one. So this is the bank. You don't need me. You don't need anybody to go and assess the loan.
Okay.
You don't need all these documents. So that is one huge thing that he's going to do for us as women. Another thing that he's going to do is the market enhancement and program that he's going to bring on board. 95, I mean, I've not done the research, but I'm just saying that about 95 of market, those who actually sell goods on the markets are women.
Yeah.
Okay. And so
in the
we all know
majority.
that as you improve markets, sales are improved. So he's going to do the market enhancement programs, and you'll be attaching daycares to these markets. Aside attaching the daycare to these markets, he also will periodically be sending a medical team, a medical van, which will also be examining women against breast cancer or cervical cancer, and that one, even the men are included in that in that bit, free of charge, because we know that these days breast cancer and cervical cancer is killing a lot of Ghanaian women.
Yeah, it is.
And it's because we don't take time to
It's
check.
expensive too.
And it's very expensive. I remember when I went and did mine and then took the vaccine, the question I asked them is how many Ghanaian women can do that? Because if one vaccine is 1,500 cedis, okay, that is a good one to cover all the bad viruses. Okay, because there are over 100 viruses, but just a few of them are bad. That when the woman gets, it causes the cervical cancer. So for you to cover it all, it's 1,500 for one. And you have to take 3. So how many of us can do that? The test, how many of us can do that? President John Dramani Mahama is going to do that for the women for free. That's another thing that he's going to do. You know, the girl child, we want to educate the girl child. Okay.
Yeah.
And these days, apart from the fact that education has been thrown to the door, the quality of education has been compromised in space of an imaginary quantity. And I'm saying imaginary quantity because we think that we're educating, but we are really just joking with the future of our children. But sanitary pad, how many women can actually buy sanitary pad? No. When you go to these inner cities and the villages, our girls are not going to school at a certain period because they are using tissue or rags. So they'll not go. When you go around, you find that one. That is real.
Yeah, it is.
And so he's going to actually also give free sanitary pad to a girl child, in the public schools to make sure that they are free and they can also go to school. Appointment. Okay, he's going to make sure that 30% of appointment across board. Okay, so if you go to the boards, we should have a minimum of 30%.
Okay.
His ministerial appointment, a minimum of 30%. The various appointments that will be made in a country, minimum of 30%. I remember when they were nominating MMDCs, the district chief executive, municipal chief executives under the MPP. And out of over 200, only 14 were women. I think it was 14. No, yeah, I think it was only 14 of them that were women, or 30 something. I might have forgotten that number because probably confusing it with the percentage, which was like a tokenism. It was just to say we are giving something to women to say that we also nominated women. He is going to make that conscious effort. So he said by 2025, you have that across board. And by 2028, you increase it to 35%. By 2030, he makes sure that it's a chimpe. It's 50-50,
Okay.
you know, for women and 50
For men.
so that we can actually bring, you know, women up.
All right.
Aside that, if there's any woman hearing me who there's a formal job, you don't do your own job, and when you deliver, the issue of maternity leave, he's increased it to 1 month, and now our husbands can also have paternity leave. But the men, is the women who approve if you can be, we can give you the paternity.
Okay.
Yeah, because if you are giving the paternity leave, it's for you to go and help your wife so that you change the diapers,
Yeah.
feed the baby.
Money,
you know,
money
and-
assistance you give to her.
Exactly. So
Okay.
if you are giving and you are hanging out with your friends, I can actually call and then it will be revoked.
Okay.
And so that is to also empower women. The other things too that I say, that anytime you attend to the youth, you attend to women. Okay, because a lot of these women working out, they go and ask them. I took at my time Sunday to go and ask the women who roast, because you see the sun itself is hot. Then you have a woman roasting corn by the roadside or selling pepper on the sun. You just get close and you see the pain she goes through. A lot of them will tell because of their children. If it's because of their children, the education, President John Dramani Mahama has put certain things in place that will give us some sort of relief as parents. And that, what is the relief and what is it about? What he's saying is that when he comes to office, he will now restructure the free senior high so that it will be as it was planned to be, not what is being practiced right now. And then for all our children who be entering their first years in our tertiary institutions, the tuition will be free for them so that parents will not be relieved. Then subsequently they'll be placed on student loan. The student loan this time round will not be requesting for a guarantor. And when you are done, if the child does not, or the young man or young lady has not started, you know, work, they do not actually start paying. And so this is one thing that is going to happen. Then also the National Apprenticeship Program, where a lot of young men and women who are desirous of going into any sort of apprenticeship program, they will be placed in the various areas of interest for free. And President John Dramani Mahama's government will give them all the necessary tools and equipment that they need. But this time around, he's going to add their transportation and feeding allowance every month, so
Okay.
that these young ones will be able to transport themselves from
To
their
and
homes to
fro.
the various centers and feed themselves. And when they graduate, they'll be given the necessary tools and
Startup
equipment,
kits.
exactly, startup kits for them to, you know, go. Then his 24-hour economy also will create a lot of jobs for women and for our youth. For the 24-hour economy, I think by now, the myth about it has been demystified. So people actually now understand what 24-hour
I
economy
can only
is.
guess.
You can only guess. I mean, I keep saying that it's hypocritical and ingenious on anybody's part who travels outside. And you come to Ghana and we talk about 24-hour economy and you pretend that the NPP is running mate. You pretend that you don't know that you benefited from 24-hour economy when you were working on the wise man's land. That is hypocritical.
Okay.
Because simply that's what creates the employment. And the more you work, the more you produce. Now,
Yeah.
look, I've been in government before. I mean, I've been a minister before. I know you get to the offices by 2, they are gone. You know why they leave? Because they want to rush to the market to go and buy things before the market closes. So if you have 24-hour economy, when you have markets running over, productivity will go up because people will not now be running and leaving work for sort of excuses so that they can go and purchase what they need to purchase. More employment will come. But now, apart from all the employments that these jobs will create, this is a special thing that President Mahama will do because we'll be working in the night. He will need a lot of protection also for these businesses. If that is the case, then he's going to do a lot of recruitment of the young folk into the security agencies,
Okay.
i.e. police, customs, fire, what have you, so that we have
Enough.
the human resource to protect these businesses that will be operating
At
at
night.
night. Aside that, I wish to say that for e-levy, when it comes, it will be thing of the past. But the taxes of these businesses who are part of the 24-hour economy will be reduced because, in essence, you'll be employing more people, government will be
Yeah.
getting more income tax. So why will he slam big taxes on you as well?
Okay.
Aside that, the electricity tariffs that we use at night, they will put system in place to make sure that the night one has also reduced. But now he has a special consignment also for women. He realized that women in the police force are minimal.
Okay.
So he's going to make a conscious effort to recruit a lot of our young
Ladies.
ladies
Okay.
into the security agencies, and especially the police.
All right. I was expecting I could have an extended conversation with you, but we have limited time, and I have a few questions here for you. But unfortunately, we are far behind time, and those questions cannot be read, and then the responses provided. Please pardon us. Next time we'll do that. All right. So we will end it here. We've been,
I think that it would be fair to at least ask 2 questions, because maybe the question will help. One question may
all right.
be for so many people.
Okay.
Maybe a
So.
woman organizer, she can also say
All right, so let's see if only you've not touched on this ones already. Good, Sejijo, please extend my greetings to your studio guest. The NDC has promised to build a bank for women and revamp all microfinance institutions in the country. However, after reviewing their manifesto, I couldn't find any mention of this bank. 1. Can she point us to the specific part of the manifesto that discusses the establishment of the bank for women? 2. Will women need collateral to access these loans? What will the interest rate be on these loans? And lastly, is the NDC capable of building banks across Ghana within just 4 years?
I'm laughing because either the person is trying to be mischievous or is genuinely the person is ignorant of the fact. Certainly, I cannot point to the page. I rather will require or ask the one who asked the question to sit back, pick a manifesto, and diligently go through it. Because you cannot say it's not part of the manifesto. When the manifesto launched, it was mentioned, it was read. So how can you say you review? I don't know what can. Maybe it's the MPP manifesto that you picked and reviewed. If it's the MPP manifesto, that one you are forgiven. But if it's the NDC manifesto, I think you may have to give it to somebody and let them help you with the review so that you will know that it is there. And again, it's unfortunate that anybody will ask build banks. Hello? So the other banks in this country that have branches all over, did they go building structures? How will you ask this question? Do they build structures or they rent structures? Yeah, you have Zenith, EcoBank, what have you, GBC. I mean, GBC may have or whatever, but they got their rent structures. They rent structures, just like even political parties. We rent places for offices. So how can you say build banks? That they should not put establishing a bank. Does not mean you are building the structures.
Okay.
Once the bank is established and we come to Ho Central and we go to the marketplace, there are buildings that they give out for rent, isn't it? So we can rent that and it becomes the branch. It's very simple.
Okay.
I think for the collateral and what have you,
Yeah,
I've said
you
it.
said that.
I cannot talk about the percentage of interest level because it's not spoken, but I gave the general explanation as to where you'll be expecting, and the reason why those who are taking huge sums will be we add some sort of interest is that, I mean, if I'm taking 2,000 and you are going to take, let's say, 50,000, how many of 2,000s have been put together for you, one person? Okay. And so for the women who be taking the 2,000, and I always use our sister who was embarrassed at one of those banks at MPP close. She said her capital was 35 cities. And she had saved 100 cities. Once she knew this government was closing all those banks, she decided to go for 100 cities. And she was beaten and dragged out, a nursing mother with her baby. So how many of we, the women who hawk, that will be taking maybe 1,000 cities, that will turn our business around for us? So you put 1,000 cities, 50,000, let's say 1 million cities, what have you, the huge sums. So there'll be some minimal interest. And definitely that interest, I know, will not be like a normal national interest, but at a level so that we still will be having money for the larger part of population of the women who will fall in the category of, let's say, 1,000 cities up to 10,000 cities.
All right. Thank you. She should drop the hand copy of their manifesto with you. That's from another person. So I'll come for it.
I don't work with a manifesto, so unfortunately, whatever I have it in my head. I'm not reading anything. And the manifesto,
the
manifesto is online, so you can actually access it online.
Well, I think you want the hard copy. Thank you.
No,
all right, so
we'll
end it here. We'll end it here. Thank you so much for listening. Thanks for asking questions. It's rather unfortunate that we cannot, extend this particular conversation.
Can say something to people in the way for me? She's not taught me how to speak the way.
All right, so I think your request has been granted, dear listener. All right, so let's hear from the constituency women's organizers. In summary, simple put.
Yo, akpe. Medogbe na tok do lava vao. Evie tonyo no kata le ho central no tuome. Mia no abo hanabisiu. Edi chava mi agbo. Eye pegbe ma mi se. Ekonya nyu son vanami. Nenyebe ameno le nunua. Mia pete mi nyabe enu nyona. Ameno madanu agbe kakana no. Evia ple amebubu. Eya ta ova mi agbo. Yo va studio. Eya va ponu. Mia se pegbe. Nyanywe yo kona mia penyonu o miga chiji obe mia tobe iwa dodo tokede miango Women's Bank ava ano hosieme eya migleva iben kekede kade kala fade kabla vemegbe kwa wa dre nami edeme nami be kogbanle mele miasi o ebugbanle mele miasi o eya tane bank eva nmehiana neko ne nyanye nyonuko wa now miano vi yo le doson obe miga von crowd miano be miato globe nudu gaya nami vudo gaya nami kene mi strong dovwa nu yo kata mi akowodwa ya ko kata nami nene make oglobe mi anyonu video gedela nu yo mi ko jira mi adokwido nenye be mi dogleti ape yi mama mi china megbe mi no na pe me a wana mi sanitary pad mi azan e ya maga he mi de megbe o be ngutu oko na nongo yo nene make mi ato wadodo toke de mi anu hele gbogblombe nenye be ile amoda de donopewa that is appointment 30% ya na mi nyonu la pa opete nu ike MPP metan wo na nyonu wa igbona be ya va wena e ya plenu gede so enyenu yo ojrado dinami le mi ape manifesto me e ya tajika mega to mi apo mi anyonu open wieke mi anoglobe mi ato echo Professor Jenna na opoko ajima be wa no megbe na e le yata jine jomi menu si anu ike ojrado ni nyonu a asumi asigodo e yata nyonu o mi ape wieke mi na mi acho mi ano megbe na mi ato be na mi ano Professor Jenna na va nongo wa ke nyanwe yo kata avana mi ta nyonu o mi na mi ajrado adako na NDC dunya rega be wa va plogana be mi apa gbenono me na tro mi apa fupepo kata na chipe koko me akpena mi todo la veve o e ata mi ano ele mi agbo le hodua me mi apa te mi adogbeda reta be pe mozozo me na no chajere.
All right, akpeka kaka be ewe na mi kpokpulede le vegbeme Garcia community black for the came fenya slam ko court. Yeah.
I want to learn that.
You have to. It's a must. And I'll teach you.
It sounds so sweet to listen.
Okay. It's nice. All right, so thank you for coming. We appreciate your time with us in the studios. It's supposed to be briefer than what we did, but okay. I think it's worth it. Thank you for listening. Thank you for joining. Continue listening. We'll be right back after the show. You heard from the NDC's National Women's Organizer, Dr. Hannah Bisu. We'll be right back after this. That is the message to all women. Yekwa said that fee halabe elebe waga adota ngogbia tamida kpede mi ape tododo ota ye me kwesebe nya yiwo wonye dodo wo wode nyonu wo wontia mi ese obi penya salao ma hodo me chochokpo vide la fee ne mi trogba mi avai wonaji ye mi awunu.
Finding the best medical services can be difficult sometimes. We've heard your concern, and now we are here. Fountain Medical Services is finally open in Ho, Volta Regional Capital. Our medical facility is well equipped to provide critical care in dialysis, all eye care services, wound care, as well as general medicine. The facility has the first hyperbaric oxygen chamber in Ghana. Fountain Medical Services offers 5 services: dialysis, wound care, eye care, diagnostic services, and general medical consultation. We are located in Hotitrinu behind the block factory near Ipalco. Talk to us on 053-521-0118 or 053-521-0119 and 053-521-0120. Email us info@fountainmedicalservices.com. Fountain Medical Services, tranquility in store.
Mausi, I nyaza o nyala avona ganya motola do diare de manyoba na ronu e ofa do fa kun aha homore do mawa
enye duko ya majoga osogbo uchocho na mi ale a dene hosebe MPP pe ntase jiruru ya cho dele me na medepe business wo wa gbeda nyeme ma oge ajoga okeke na bazu agba na macho avato me ato afo ayi tien olo
mausi pe nyale me bed vi mama du kwa go ha ne kpole gbegbe jirudu acho gaje na ma
yema ala ima wado gare danya hazu agba elabe ilevi gbegbe dege olele game a menye nuvio
fofo nya do fu godu ya deda be macho no taxi wo me a vule machi habo ajoga yo gbegbe wo cho kuko ne a wu gboglo covid levy pele bubu katan le me
wonu kunamo alapato idon gbebe ya khona dukacho ajoga hehe vivo me atra de ajododo na dengo me a dodwe jenwe boda nyaya metro zusulo John Mahama kple NDC party e me akodagena pe ya me elabe menya be ngbedodo ji wola onye
what the vat keke pa gbala kochi na ajodo ha se o ahana pe version pe gbore me ajodo ha yeyi o abe mawusi to ha o na so zoga keke shime na make azoga madame ji o abe e-levy covid levy betting levy ble emissions levy ha o na John Mahama adauda elabe ngbedodo ji wola onye
nyatefe elebe totro nava
mi dakona John Mahama ple NDC neto tronava.
I was 20. Hey, you're the up and coming landlord. Who died yesterday with you?
Kwame, I don't mean you. I can roofing and a ceiling. Now, my contract announce so say. If any na and quadan rocksters, one so chromo pan, what Jane was saying.
The contract and one nimniako, Ghana had here a band of quality metal trusses, roofing sheet, plasterboard, and a POP ceiling there. Are your rocksters? And fear be brain in a rocksters. I did roofing sheet, papa, and one can there. As some Ghana for.
And can I say, Animal dear in so a boy?
And near the Fudiachi, Nanko Toddy Bon and Net Sundachi. Friend 050-145-3350. Say your metal trusses, roofing sheet, plasterboard, and a POP ceiling there. Friend rocksters, now one chow to
Hisense inye jide gbenu za drapa ganto kekele Ghana godo. Kake promo peri de tome nye dan kona be Hisense refrigerator promo. Show 28th October versus the 18th November. Hisense showroom a Bloomton alabe nye delemi ape frijo freezers. Pele showcase o kataji ati bobo na me siame. Tane yebe 5 bedroom permanently. Alo single room, schoolo, restaurant, alo coastal ha. Akpo fridge, alo freezer apple. Le asi bobo to keke aji. Baga herembe crowd. Nye nyorebe o Hisense nous azan. Cho Hisense ntobe factory. Inabe nyapa jono lete. Eye woman no ajo fuo. Eye wo no ayipa gede. Emma mevo. Nyaga no 5 years manufacture defect warranty. So de ji. Eta chokbla. La get a Hisense showroom de Sia de la Ghana. La Mugano Tomea. Akpomile Hokwe Alabato Junction. Neno nyame na obe. De leji wana ya. Anoji. Cho 28th October. Fasede November pengeke nyagbe. Yo Hisense showroom to 0302 550000. Hisense. Everyday prices for everyday people.
Saleria Ahmed and Optical Suppliers, your eye care world, now located at the ground floor of Max International Building on the Ho High Court to Goyle Road, invites you to be part of the bigger family. At Saleria Ahmed, we are experts in comprehensive eye examination, dispensing of spectacles and contact lenses, outreach and corporate screening, DVLA eye testing, visual field test, keratometry and optical services. We also accept health insurance.
Saleria Eyemen and Optical Suppliers Nyanyanam Edwajabe Fifia Akpomile Max International Jibo Hotel 22 Leguel Ide High Court Mododuaji Saleria Eyemen Galebe Donyoji Doyo wana memie le Saleria Eyemen and Optical Suppliers wenye nkudodopo na ameyojibe yako driver's license le DVLA Gankwi tutu anyono nkua le miagbo miewa nkudodopo na solihao amedeke de keo pele fufopo aleke Fudem now ha to kunyebe na dotare Saleria Eyemen and Optical Suppliers. Miehona agbetakpododo abe Apex Health Insurance, Premier Health Insurance, Phoenix Health Insurance, Metropolitan Health Insurance, Equity Health Insurance, Glyco Health Insurance, Ghana Association of Bankers Insurance, Play Cosmopolitan Health Insurance, Miewa docho Joda vase de fida ogbe, chundi ganyi vase etrogaton, kele memrida ogba, chundoga wieve vase etrogaton, kele holiday wa chundoga wieve vase fien gaton. Fifia akpo Saleria Eyemen and Optical Suppliers le Max International Jibo Hotel 22 le Guel Ide High Court Mododoaji ne hienu mekokoa na yo kapojeshi o 054 395 9669 alo 054 492 7175 alo 020 901 2668. Saleria Eyemen and Optical Suppliers wonku akpo kikamekata.
Waking you up every weekday morning.
Global Morning Show.
It's the Global Morning Show.
was 105.1. We brought you the conversation more or less on education from the Electoral Commission, Mr. Eric Jakpasu, right? I've elevated you this morning, Mr. Jakpasu. It's a good news. Oh, it's in the pipeline. And I dreamt about it anyway. And Dr. Hannah Besso was also here, the National Women's Organizer of the NDC. It was a short one. And we're talking about the Women's Manifesto of the NDC. So briefly, I couldn't punch so much. Oh yeah, I couldn't. But next time, I hope the women are convinced. The women know where they stand in the NDC's manifesto. Music makes you happy. So, sponsors, a few of them, and I'll bring you a short report. And the Victor Electronics, remember, next month, every Friday of November is a Black Friday. Of course, a few years ago, Tane Elejajuramdo, Sophia moving, you want to buy a standing fan, your ceiling fan, tabletop refrigerators, your double door, your cylinders, that's 6 kg. All of this prices are all there were 90% discount. Yeah, the LG, ta fida siya fida le November me jagbabe ya get a Victor Electronics eye akpo enu adodu ya we yiwoji wo gadele Apple le Victor Electronics. November per feeder gbope date when you 1st, 8th, 15th, 22nd, and 29th. Solidarity lucky raffle. So you be a lucky winner on our Solidarity with a baby mat 19 cedis, kettle 29 Ghana cedis, blender 99 Ghana cedis, 32 inches, 499 Ghana cedis, and double door refrigerator 999 Ghana cedis, standing fan 69 Ghana cedis, tabletop 999, and Infinix Mat 864 plus 3 799. We have 7 kg washing machine 999, and the iPhone 11 mobile phone 1699. HP laptop core i15 8GB RAM 256 SSD 1199. There is free delivery on selected item, 1 year warranty and after sales support. Locate Victor Electronics at Ho RCC near Ghana Commercial Bank, Civic Center adjacent NIB, and MTN, also adjacent Star Life Insurance. Call 0242 959 795 or 0257 025 625. Victor Electronics, your electronics superstore. And yes, and so sir, yes. So if you are doing the listening, the Amfuega Senior High School, in collaboration with the old students of Amfuega Senior High, is inviting all past students, the general public, and that's what we're calling the well-meaning Ghana. So the 2024 homecoming of, and also the local launch of the 60th anniversary celebration of Amfuega Senior High School. The deed and not the glory. That is the motto, right? So on Friday, the 1st of November, will be arrival at Fanfare, and Tulenke will be live to perform, entertain us, to cool us down. And also on Saturday, the 2nd of November, 5 a.m., we'll have a health walk on the principal street of Amfuega. 4 p.m., games and Noiji, and then 11 before 4 will be the local launch. Tell me your launch ever. Then 4 p.m. Games between old students and continuing students. So it's going to be fun, okay? At 7 p.m. again, entertainment. Saturday is fully packed, and Sunday we go for the Thanksgiving service at the park. Togbe Teprehodo the 4th is the chairman, and our guest speaker is Esquire Peter Haibo. And then Honorable Kujoata, DC, will be there. The Honorable Joycelyn Tete, MP for Northern, will be present. Professor Kefui Eche, at UCC, and Dr. Napoleon Abiu, Ho Technical University, and the Regional Director of Education, Volta Region, will be there as well. All are invited to come help launch the local anniversary celebration of Amfoigan Senior High School. Come one, come all, the deed, not the glory. And here, Vorkia Foods, producers of organic cereal foods. We have millet flour, Tom Brown, Hausa cocoa flour, and then Ekwegbemi, Oblayo. Face the wall, ready to use and cook, suitable for all persons 6 months and above. More in quantity, competitive pricing, nutritiously healthy for bulk purchase. Mia me yo hiena la gbososo mea. Vokia Farm Solar Gotimebe. Mia gedewoji yo 0537 683-051 0537-683-051. Hello, www.vokiafarms.com. FDA eda side ajodonu ya oji benyo na megbeto mi apezaza. Vokia Foods savor the taste of tradition for breakfast, lunch, and dinner effortlessly. Then we have here American Lottery session is on. Do you need a professional passport taking? Contact Sunlight Studios on 0598 883 748. So, American Lottery, Gava, a professional passports, and I bet here we a fee can not what they were, you ma reject you. I got the one to the queue, yenye Sunlight Studios, Ikele Agbasia Fe Fit Pharmacy top last floor. Hey, GM ole fimie. Atonwa yo le 0598 883 748 0598 883 748. Henna wo passport pictures so edede. Let me now give you the report, okay? So the Secular Economy Center of Excellence was launched yesterday at the Ho Technical University. While the NPP government led by His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo and Dr. Bawumia has actively worked to shift Ghana from the linear economy of make use dispose to a circular economy aiming to significantly decrease waste and pollution while prolonging the use of products within the production system. The Minister of Environment, Science, Innovation and Technology, Honorable Ophelia Tameklo Hayford, has stated. The government in March last year, with the support of the European Union, through the Ministry of Environment, developed its Circular Economy Action Plan with a focus on key priority economic sectors in relation to circular economy. So we have water, waste, plastics, that is packaging, transport and mobility. Then we have mining, then ICT being the last one. So this plan was aimed at guiding the nation's seamless transition into a circular economy and enable the country to reap its benefits thereof. The belief is that transitioning to a circular economy will be advantageous to Ghana and will help the country generate green, decent jobs, reduce inequality, minimize the impact of climate change on the environment, and provide the economy with a competitive advantage. As Ghana seeks to diversify its economy, create exports, revenue, and improve labor and capital productivity, it is also aiming to become a global leader in the transition to circular economy. The Ghana Circular Economy Center of Excellence project, which is funded by the Global Affairs Canada, that's GAC, is completed by this establishing a circular economy framework for plastic sector in Ghana project, that is the CEFPS, also executed by the MESTI, that is MESTI, in collaboration with UNIDO, with funding from the Global Environment Facility, GF. The Ghana Circular Economy of Excellence project is a 5-year initiative with a primary objective to enhance circular economy-based, inclusive, economic prosperity and low carbon economy, particularly for women and youth in Ghana. However, it is evident that Ghana is fully committed to the circular transition and continuing or counting on the partnership and support of Ho Technical University, which is the host, to translate this commitment to action and prosperity in the years ahead. The Ghana Circular Economy Center of Excellence represents not just a project, but also a vision, one that aligns seamlessly with our nation's aspirations for environmental stewardship, economic innovation, and inclusive growth. This groundbreaking initiative symbolizes our commitment to developing a circular economy framework that is both economically viable and environmentally responsible. According to Honorable Ophelia Mensah, this project, with an ambitious investment of approximately $6 million, is designed to foster an enabling environment where circular economy principles can thrive. She said the Center of Excellence will serve as a beacon of innovation, supporting small-scale and early-stage entrepreneurs, particularly women and youth, in their quest to develop and deploy cutting-edge circular economic technologies and solutions. These initiatives aim to increase the adoption of clean energy and energy-efficient solutions, thus enhancing economic opportunities and promoting environmental sustainability across the nation. The Honorable Minister acknowledged the selection of Ho Technical University as the host institution for the Circular Economy Center of Excellence and the other selected institutions that will lead the various value chains of the project. So let's hear them out. We have Cape Coast University for Plastic Value Chain, or Foundation for the Textiles Value Chain. College of Agriculture and Natural Resources, Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology for the Agriculture Value Chain. She noted that the leadership and expertise of the whole Technical University will be instrumental in driving the success of this project, and they look forward to the impactful contribution each of the institutions will make. She further said that this Center of Excellence is it's not just about managing waste, but about transforming our economy to minimize waste generation and prevent pollution. It is about ensuring that our future generations inherit a world where resources are used wisely and sustainably. And the last paragraph here touches on her gratitude to the donors, Global Affairs Canada, for graciously funding the innovation at UNIDO for the implementation of the technical assistance. Tachoi vaya yene wanato heike yeji tadojinwa bakbule efe wawa efe yike sunwe wala nyinogbe, and what the focal point is. So miese gomebe the door pe yike kwa miafe nuto mo fe nya ogbo jojome epe nuntinyanya yowe eva avu Ho Technical University enu echo necho inauguration I will launch chair the Ho Technical University as the host institution now, the Circular Economy Center of Excellence. Be wo yowe anota dena wona ya pe tarojinu ko ebe mi ape gbedudo pe nya ogbopopo le mi atro asile won wa gbo aji eganami eye efe nugblanfo dolelo ayame fe totro pe nu yo pete waste yo mi generate na every now and then gbesi agbegbe ele asutotro wa teun ayiyeji pa ton fe dodo he wonye eye mi agbole file ho nu to ameta rojinu anye be fi anye Oxygen City ata ole nkure nu to medun akpebe anyo bene wa no ho to gbo eye mi ape suku ikenye suku koko hike jebe wa no egbo anye the Ho Technical University eye okpalo dodo chogbeta loko de wona veven ya tome mi ape chinyao mi ape gbedudo nyao plastic so ndudu kula gbele de nyao waga miakpo miape no to me chepe jajenyinya ogbo miape textile so transport and mobility mining egedeme ple modern so strong pete tadojinu a yenyema helemi ate one transition agede circular economy be duko ele totrodo afide the recycling of our waste miayi ne mizea ma sede fimio ele be mi agbo aga tro wazunde nka mi akoko zu ele wa devinami pedodo yenye ya the Ministry of Environment said that to me ministry no hoecho Technical University wovu wonanu ke alodolao alo pepere unalao to koi ke ho alododo chogbo Canada so we hear from the Canadian High Commissioner ife gbedasi ko kona eduko eto atinya vevedoji. I'll bring that one also quickly. So we have here the Kathleen Flandapa. She's the Director and Head of Cooperation and High Commission of Canada here in our country. So Canada recognizes that agent action is needed by a variety of actors and for the sensitization of the population in all industries. It is for this reason that they have dedicated the month of October, that is in their country, as the Circular Economy Month to educate and encourage sustainable action across Canada and encourage their partners, of which we are also part, to do the same wherever they find themselves in the world. So she went on to say, in the face of the climate crisis and increasing man-made pollution, it has become clear that no single entity can solve these problems alone. The stakes are too high and the issues too also complex. And it says it's need a togetherness force in Kenya for people to come and work together in achieving this target. So the establishment of the Center of Excellence, as she went on to say, is a testament to the collaboration between the government of Ghana, the private sector, NGOs, civil society, and academia. And it is a shining example of what can be achieved when we pool our expertise, resources, and determination. She said they are proud to work with the government of Ghana, UNIDO, the center's host institution, which is the Ho Technical University, as well as the value chain leads, the University of Cape Coast, or Foundation, and the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology, to not only raise awareness on the importance of the circular economy, but to create opportunities for entrepreneurs to develop innovative solutions in the plastic, textile, and agriculture and agro-processing sectors. All right, so yenye efe egbedasio, but it wants to say that Canada's Feminist International Assistance Policies also recognizes that environmental degradation disproportionately affects those who are most vulnerable and seeks to empower them. And it is without doubt that the relationship between the environment and job creation is increasingly important in addressing youth unemployment challenges. According to the Ghana Statistical Service, the national youth unemployment rate for young adults aged 15 to 24 is about 32.8%, leading to a feelings of exclusion and marginalization. Investing in the circular economy presents a valuable opportunity for the youth and offers a sense of purpose in shaping a more sustainable future. Ta echope wanawa yewenye eye tadojinwa ole wombe watan sokple SDG goals ikenye 12 on responsible consumption and production and 13 on climate action. Ta wano nufiam duko eyele nufa fiam me ma sede nufa fiam me ko ble nu me dede o me ko le ike mi aten awasi totro le mi ape gbedudo onti mi anabe mi ape chio me wako mi ape agbele depo mi adagbele be mi ape nduduo o ma bochi anyi fun o ma agbele fun wazo waste mi ano egadamo miape nuzazão miape textile so elewa tan de miapa yame oji miape entrepreneur so ameyo nye jogbo fan asichacha pe nya mo pa lododo bo pe nu wo wa tan so paple egbe pe wonawo pe dodo ye wo de to me ta cho yenye dodo yike no ejele ho technical university yike yenye the host alo yele tadena wona kple suku yo pe nkom yese Cape Coast kple nast alo nust wa ado alo le dodo yanu tamia pe nyasla cho make a wona bubu oga yeji fun mia ava se yo cho pakpaji echo fidagbe be mi ato wan no wo mesem nwi ga ke cho me jama zama no kpokpo akoda pe na the children's department and then the gender ministry be the Jesse. It's not funny, but when I remember, I only laugh. But the Jesse, me also, Jijo, as someone who is contributing and doing so well in helping the society, that I also have a story to tell. So yesterday, I was given the opportunity to sing with big women, yes, and speak to young girls, and I didn't know that's how it is. So when you are given the opportunity to speak to people, you remember your past. At some point in time, angolobe no de we. I know glory me so be yeke. But yesterday, I have to quickly switch. What show host go FIFA.
I'll be the first to report the pictures.
But
honestly, the environment, it's like I go, and you care. They got more crowded, they were doing
the former guy. Oh, okay, so it's normal.
It's normal. Just that no just the cancer give me I balance the way. So maybe from this one, the next one you'll be fine.
All right. So thanks to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, thanks to the Children's Department. So it is just to mark the International Day of the Girl Child. A extended version. Some young girls from schools. Let me happen to me Anglican Sukua. I want to get their names. I think we have Anglican JHS and primary. We have it's rather Methodist JHS. Okay. So Methodist, we had Anglican also. Ola girls also joining.
Marco definitely.
Yeah. Marco couldn't make it. Mauli couldn't make it.
Okay.
Yes, they couldn't make it. So we have Methodist School, primary and JHS, and then Anglican JHS.
Okay.
Yes, so they were the chosen ones.
Yeah. And I like the steps this women ministry. I like what they are doing right now. So Enyimanga suggests the traditional leaders as a women. Your children for sick better
yeah.
Because feel like you may not blow no bola Jimmy the next 2-3 years so after metowe fiawe yonu fiawe mega globe
they were even told at the Women's Day celebration during the Asogli Festival when Nana Hema window she's now Nana Hema yes, Awindoh was there. The Awindoh is not part of it, but since I can't recall the name, so Nana Hema. So she was there, and then she told the women that they, they have this doing, moving around in the communities, gathering girls, speaking to them, picking advices, questions from them. So now about intergenerational, we are here. Your child open that is the only way we can be able to handle the situations at hand na ama no wa atonwa se menwe viviento the younger generation. So odo edo da nyonu fia yo bete kpogo mele wona mamebe no what take step further no do because they spoke with the girls the viobiag just as yesterday also they asked questions from one top glo, which is your story, how were you able to manage this and this and all of that. So you know yesterday was not a time to form. No, if you to pretend, you have to tell it as it was with you and still what you are going through. I you know, when I saw the letter, I was not too okay. Like, why should I go and stand there with telling these people, why do you do this? But I remember that lawyer Esenam at the International Women's Day. So she was also invited to speak to the girl. She started from where? So okay, so I'll just pick it from where she also pick it from, and then we delivered. So let's continue. Our Queen Mothers, when we fall on you, don't shy away from your own stories. Yesterday I was reading something that if you look back, you can't see the idiot you were, then it means that you are still an idiot. Mia akpo choi vaye mia lenkude mia penu jojo and then tell the younger ones.
Also, I want to suggest the men.
They are the vulnerable. 53 point something percent. No be poverty in way. Now over to the if you are big.
But I can tell you when you go to the prisons right now, the men are more than the women.
If you have a chair. Don't know.
So the men.
Yeah, it's important.
Because no joy tell to be to walk or girl, you are called to about your monami. I can hear avoiding here, ignoring egg bay, about your mona.
Yeah,
a home one from well as a hog as so we need to stand up.
All right, boys empowerment. Whilst we are moving along, empowering the girls, bring the boys along as well. They were, I don't know where it's from. All right, me opinion is allowed. I phone line voice said and Zime Topak Baji. Me wonu. A train your feeder, never a full catan de go. Me that put me a peto dota. Eye, mia ajro, nya you mele vive me ajro, hena to cotutua. Me a vajro me plemy. Franca bon, you do hatty. Yeah, I work with one Kelvin. You have a da CMA. Kelvin Ameve, Kelvin Scratch, Kelvin Sukwito. Konye Joyce, Jijo, Afola, Mia Adogo, Echonke Kene Jejina, Amesiame.
Super! Oh, and we bleeding.
Production.
They destroying vegetation in our motherland. Politicians, them are greedy, them are selfish. Deforestation, we know afforestation. Achanga, we are living in a detail. You complain, you talk about them. They arrest you and process you to court. Ready to kill them, ready to prosecute. Without no reason, without no reason. Our freedom and justice, we are fighting for, fighting for.